So, good evening. My name is Austin Kemoy. Admission number bed 050074 twins.
And I'm Caleb Kipkorir, bed 050271, so 2020 English and Literature.
So, we are both doing a combination of English and literature. So, welcome to our today's class, and we'll be dealing with Google Meet as a tool used in learning. So, in the part of introduction, Google Meet is a video conferencing tool developed by Google, and it allows the users to host and join virtual meetings, webinars, and online presentations. So basically, it's a tool used to host conferences online.
Yeah, and the Google Meet has the following features. Google Meet has the what we call video and audio conferencing. And the second feature is you can share screen using Google Meet. Another feature is that while in the meeting you can chat or message the colleagues. We also have recording and live streaming in the Google Meet. And finally, we have what we call calendar integration.
So we move on to the advantages of this tool, and one of the advantages is that it is easy to use. Number two is that it is integrated. It is integrated to other Google Workspace, e.g. the Gmail, the calendar, and the Google Drive. It has high quality video and audio. I hope you can see it. It can accommodate a larger number of participants, up to 60. It has a feature of screen sharing and makes it easy for participants to collaborate together.
Having said the advantages, the Google Meet also has the following disadvantages. And the first disadvantage is that it requires strong internet connection. If you can't access the internet connection, you won't be able to attend a meeting using Google Meet. The second one is users must have Google account to access the Google Meet. So the requirement is that you must have a Google account. And the third disadvantage is that it lacks certain advanced features. For example, for you to accommodate a huge number of users, let's take 200 users, you will have to redeem or to subscribe to the Google account. Yeah.
So in our today's class, we've basically done on Google Meet. So we move on and we look at, or rather we touch ourselves on phrases. And here's the definition of a phrase. So a phrase is a group of words that does not make sense on its own. So it's basically a group of words that does not make sense on its own. Traditionally, a phrase is defined as a group of words or a word that does not contain a verb and a subject and is used as a single part of speech. This means it distinguishes phrases from clauses. It requires that the groups of words believed to be a phrase constitute a single grammatical unit.
Now we go to the under phrases. We have parts of phrases, and the first one you have the head. And the head, maybe you can say, head head determines the phrase grammatical category. For example, if the head is a noun, the phrase is a noun phrase. And if the head is a verb, the phrase basically is a verb phrase, and so on and so on. Then we go, also the head determines such such as the number of their phrases. If the head is in singular, then the noun phrase is singular. And if the head is plural, then the noun phrase is basically plural. Basically, we're saying the head phrase may occur alone in a phrase that is without modification or complementation.
After being done with that, we move to the types of phrases. And the first one, we have the noun phrase, we have the verb phrase, we have the adjective phrase, we have the adverb phrase, and then lastly we have the prepositional phrase. So let's look at the first one, a noun phrase. So a noun phrase is a phrase that has a noun as the head word. Basically, we know, all of us know what a noun is. So we move on. Structure of the noun phrase. A noun, it includes a noun only. For example, oranges are good. A pronoun, for example, he went home. We know the pronoun there is he. A determiner and a noun, e.g., the boy is tall. A determiner there is they, and a noun there is the boy. We have a determiner, adjective, and a noun, e.g., a tall boy. We have a determiner, adjective, noun, and a prepositional phrase, e.g., the tall boy in the room.
Let's see determiners. And we say that these are used before nouns, and they include demonstrative adjective. Adjective, for example, this, those, that, or this. And then we have possessive adjective. Possessive, that shows possession. For example, her, his, my, our, or yours. Then we have numerals or numeric adjectives. For example, you can say first, second, 1,000, 200, and so on and so on. And then also we have quantifiers adjectives. For example, some, all, several, few, or n. Lastly, we have the articles. Articles, they are basically definite and indefinite. Then we have the, and an.
So we move an extra step and we example ourselves with modifiers, and they give us extra information about a word or a phrase. So we have two types of modifiers. We have the pre-modifiers, which they come before the word they are modifying. They include adjectives and adverbs. Then we have post modifiers. These come after the word they are modifying, e.g., the prepositional phrase, the adverb clause, adverb stroke or comma, and clause.
And then let's look at the modifiers in a noun phrase. We have adjective phrase under the pre-modifiers. So adjective phrase, for example, in a sentence, strong winds. That's an adjective phrase. We have article. For example, the woman escaped. The article there is the. Demonstrative pronouns. For example, a sentence like, that vase is valuable. That is the demonstrative pronoun. That is the pronoun. We have genitive noun phrase. Example in a sentence, Sheila's serve is powerful. The genitive noun phrase there is Sheila's. This shows the possession. Then we have a genitive adjective. Example in a sentence, her influence is powerful. The genitive adjective there is her. Then we have a noun. For example, metal plates shielded the instruments. The noun there is metal plates. And then we have the noun again, instruments. Indefinite pronouns or indefinite quantifiers. For example, in a sentence, some survivors remained. Then you have WH words. I know you know those words. For example, who, which, so forth. For example, in a sentence, which lobster do you want? So the WH word there is which. And then we have the quantifiers. The quantifiers several, for example, in a sentence, several baths of beer.
So we move on to the functions of the noun phrase in a sentence. And we have the subject, e.g. oranges are good. We have the object. We have the direct object, e.g. the boy hits the ball. We have indirect object, e.g. Tom cooked for Mary some food. We have a complement, subject complement, e.g. she is a teacher. Object complements, they elected Mary class representative. Adverbial, e.g. she went home. So we move on to that exercise. Sorry for that. We move on to that. So in each of the sentences below, identify all noun phrases, then identify the part of speech of the head, and end the pre-modifiers in each noun phrase. So you will do that on your own, and I think that is the end of our lesson. Thank you.